But you can also like elaborate like more on this. Like you can have like a ecosystem on this. Like if like
Yeah.
like throwing chalk, right? So teacher can also
Yeah.
reward them, and you can build an ecosystem. Like if a teacher reward a
Hmm.
parent should get a notification like your student like your child is rewarded for this, or like vice versa, even like on throwing chalk. But that interaction was really great. Like it was fun to see that.
I
Thank
think Malik would be the best person to give feedback on this. He's actually
Yeah, I
leading that design team.
actually interact with students, parents, and teachers on daily basis. So I know handle this
you.
and even like teachers are not tech savvy, right? And so it became difficult to for them to interact with this difficult interface. So I think you should focus more on like how you will simplify the interface and building an ecosystem within it. And like yeah, there can be like a lot more feature on this. Like this, I really liked it.
Thank you. So just one more thing. This project, like I've done the entire project in 1 week because that was the task. So because I can't design an entire system or in that short period of time, so I've selected teams and just designed these few add-ons to teams. How can I improve? So that was
Yeah,
the thing.
that's fine. Like now you have time, right? You can easily modify it.
Uh, so I think in terms of subject matter expert, I think Malik has shared his feedback. I absolutely love the concept. I think the way this whole system looks and all these fun elements
Yeah, yeah.
uh, that you have added throughout the thing. I think it's fabulous. I would want to share a few things around. Let's say I think now that you will be going out for these interviews, right? After this MS is done and everything. I think some of the things that might help you in terms of delivering this much more effectively. Um, so think about this, like when you see Instagram, every time you upload a
Hmm.
video, they always
Hmm.
ask you select the thumbnail. There's an option to always.
I'm like losing on your voice. Like can't hear you properly.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that you know how Instagram or any content space always lets you choose a thumbnail.
Yes, yes, correct.
So the purpose of a thumbnail is to have a hook.
Hmm.
It is supposed to trigger you, entice you into tapping on that content and watching it, right? And when
Correct.
you're watching it, it might be right from the middle of the space of this content, but you wait for it because that's what made you click on it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's all this clickbait spaces
Correct.
work.
Understood.
Hmm.
Now, I feel you, when you started this presentation,
Hmm.
firstly, I think I've never seen a designer kill at PowerPoint and like you have.
This is the first time, like I was having like PowerPoint is having so many issues to do this transitions. Like I've spent a lot of time.
Bro, these transitions, I don't think I've seen people doing such
I
dope
thought it was
transitions.
keynote.
No,
Yeah,
no, no, it's PowerPoint. And the thing is, there's one killer feature in PowerPoint. It's called morph. So basically, if you are changing positions of elements, then it will automatically figure out the best transition. So that's killer thing. But again, at the same time, you have to be aware, like if you are putting that particular element, and if you're copying that element again, then it will flicker. Like it will go in different directions every time when you're playing it. So you have to be aware.
right.
So
But I
it's
think in terms of learning a tool and quickly doing that, I think 1 week में PowerPoint kill करना, I think no joke. I think I've not seen people doing such great stuff on Figma presentation जो तुमने PowerPoint में मचा दिया. So kudos to that. I'll talk about the parts that I felt he see you had a very I think everyone in this room right now kind of lit up when they saw the chalk interaction. I think if there is something memorable that I'm going to take away from your whole presentation is that whole chalk interaction. Now, that thing is something that is so attractive that should have been your clickbait element on the presentation's first page. Like, how you
okay.
always give a, like, what does a teaser do? A teaser is supposed to give you a good pre-buzz hook. A trailer is supposed to give you a great idea of what the story could be around.
Okay.
And the movie is about the whole story.
Hmm.
Now, before you started with the movie, I felt that space could have been a good teaser. See, because everyone, and think about it in the most human way, right? You're gonna go to an office for an interview and you will sit with a person who was busy doing his stuff throughout the day. And अचानक से 1 घंटे का एचआर ने उसके साथ बैच लगा दिया तुम्हारे साथ for this interview.
Hmm.
Like he will try his best to pretend that he's super interested in everything that you have to say, but he's a human who was doing something else. This is something that is a part of his job, but not his complete days focus something else.
Hmm.
So in order to make sure that you have his attention, you have to give this hooks at the right point. And your starting slide should have been that.
Hmm.
अगर एक बार उसने देखा कि okay, he gets an idea कि तुम किस बारे में बात करने वाले हो, that is when he's invested. Now, a problem that you have shared here, right? I think all of us as people of 90s kids and everything, right? We resonate. It was already. But like this is something that we understand because we don't know the life beyond this. हमारा पूरा education has been offline, right? Uh,
Correct.
most of us. So you had a great chance that anyone that you'll meet in terms of interviewing has gone through the same journey. उनके साथ making them resonate with the problem. Just be like, back in our days when we used to study, like, we always had this side to side interaction. We would always, like maybe pull someone's shorty, do this, throw chits, throw those paper balls and shit. Like, that is how we learned for 12 years of school, right? People don't have that now. How can we make it better? When you actually communicate to the other person in those human manners, you make them resonate with the problem. And I'm telling you, 50% of the battle is just for the person to relate to the problem. अगर वो hook में आ गए, and if he can relate to the problem, solution जानने में automatically banda is interested because now he's like, okay, I have something in my mind, but how did you solve it? I think those were parts where I felt अगर तुम वो add करोगे ना, it will make this much more engaging. Another part I felt is कि was there a limit in terms of number of slides you can use
Yeah,
for this?
10 slides.
10 slides, right? Yeah, I think it
10
was
slides.
it was reflecting in that
Too
thing.
much information in one screen.
Like it became very dense as a composition.
Yeah.
And that is something I was trying to figure out from your other projects also in Behance. I think you have a great sense of visual balance throughout, but your nature of placement is a bit dense. And this is very subjective. So again, don't take it as something लिखा on it. अगर तुम something करोगे ना in your designs, I think you'll make fabulous compositions. Like I even that design ops 101, like how you place that whole thing, it was beautiful. It was just text place and literally sheets placed here. It was a very great composition. All of it was ki agar thum karoge na in your designs, I think you'll make fabulous compositions. Like even that design ops 101, like how you place that whole thing, it was beautiful. It was just
Abhi
text
you
place
have
and
time, right? You can create a
Okay.
story on this project. Also, like I love the project, but इसमें हम लोग बहुत कुछ डाल सकते हैं. Like I can sit with you and like I can tell you some ideas. Like
this guy.
बहुत.
Sure, sure, definitely.
Use this opportunity for sure. Also, it's a kids platform, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's like if I have to design a classy laptop for myself, it's gonna be a Mac. But if I have to design a laptop for a kid, I'm gonna put smooth curves, bubbly colors, maybe a neon pink, and like it has to feel like I want to engage with this platform much more. Like when you look at a Zoom or a Google Hangout, no kid looks at it and goes like, "Oh fuck, I want to chat on this thing," right? But if your chat room was already like so kid friendly, like it had those stickers on one corner, like how do we make things our own? This laptop could be mine. I'll put this one sticker of create Neopop or something, it'll become mine, right? Same way, this is my chat window. Imagine having those stickers. Like if I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, you'll give me that option. I paste it on my this thing. It's like a physical thing that I attach on a virtual space that makes it mine. So your chat screen might have something, his might have something, right? So these things, I feel it's a great space to kind of, now you have more than a week. And I think you don't even have the limitation in terms of slides. I would say pick this up, think about it in much more depth, take all the ideas you can and guidance, integrate this, and like work on the visual balance and everything. And I think you would really much out at this.
Yeah, yeah. This was the best thing.
Uh, Just one more thing. Very sure that I can't make a ground up thing right now, so I can design a few add-ons. So when I was thinking about that add-on thing, then like I've had this idea, like I need to change the entire interface because it's very Office or very Microsoft. We can transform the entire thing for students, right? But that would be a like system level change for of the platform. So because like if I worked on that part, I have to design another product or another project. And then maybe integrate this interaction thing into that system. So yeah, that's why I've put that thing aside and worked on these small interactions only.
Right.
Also, like there are like two type of users, right? One is teacher and one is student. So
Mm-hmm.
the interface will be different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even we need to show that, like I think we need to create like a story, like student side, teacher side, parent side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, see, another beauty of working on hypothetical projections, uh, this world is yours.
Mm.
Like, uh,
Do
my
whatever you want.
plugin can not only maybe change the, just that meet ka space, but you can change the whole tab itself. Like,
Yeah.
it's completely up to you. I think what you made was very focused towards this competition or I think hackathon that you're working towards, right? Now your end consumer is different. Now it's that recruiter that you're trying to get through, the job that you're trying to score, right? Now for that in mind, you have to understand that people who will be reaching out for the same job, they have they have taken months to create this, right? They have taken all the visual liberty. They have created this versus what I created 1 month back. Your competition is you versus everyone else who's trying to get that job. So I think it just makes sense to like pick a and in the best visual design possible. I think you already have great skills in that. Animations you've already cracked, so I think you'll not have a lot of problems with that either. But I think it's a very powerful project. You should completely explore this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let's connect for this. Like
For
surely
sure.
project.
Definitely.
I like the project.
Thank you. Yeah. One more thing I would show you if you allow me. It's just a Figma interaction that I was working on recently.
Sure.
Just a minute.
Before I forget, and while you're opening that, I think I've never seen someone play with brands the way you have done. I think it's very how you use the framework to kind of
Yeah, yeah.
represent.
It's like Instagram of designer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely lost you
I
there.
was saying like the way that you have thought of Behance space to kind of be your own introduction. I think that's
Mhm.
very witty. It's an uncommon idea. I haven't seen anyone else doing this. Like it never
Yeah.
came to our mind either, right?
Okay.
So I think
At
very
that
creative.
point when I was putting my projects on Behance, now, like most of my friends were there in the same space, and we were putting our projects on the Behance. So suddenly I've had this idea like everybody's Behance profile is looking the same. It's just few project thumbnails are different. So how I'm going to communicate my story to that particular recruiter? I should use the space more judiciously. So I place my resume on the first project and then few keywords so that the person can relate to
Right.
it.
No, I think very well thought.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So just quickly, I'm showing you this project. So a background is so I was working on this VR app. So I bought Oculus because I'm really excited about metaverse and VR, and especially not the entertainment side of it, but how can we use VR space for real productivity benefits. So I've come up with this idea of my space. So a localized VR headset there. The screens are there. So you have already connected your desktop remotely. So you're using your remote desktop, and because of hand tracking and surface tracking, so you have this virtual keyboard in the space, and you can use the space. So I'm just narrating you the story. So currently you are in a cafe, and you wanted to work there. So then you quickly wear your glasses, and you have sorry, just a minute.
Wait, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to share my screen.
Class.
So yeah, wait a minute. Bit to screen. Yeah. So currently you are in this cafe, and you wanted to work on something, right? So you just quickly take out your VR glasses and you wear them. So once you wear them, you are inside the space, and you have this three panel layout and a virtual. So I've used VR because I'm currently learning Unity, and how to actually enable interaction is very difficult for me right now. So I made the entire concept in Figma. So currently you have these three panels. So you have this notification panel on the right side, a work panel on the left side, where you can have a list of to-dos and a meeting schedule and calendar, and this main screen where you can do small work. So this is for the standalone headsets. And if you wanted to connect to your computer remotely, then you can click this button, and now you are into this. You have connected to your Mac, and you can see this once you hold this using your hand ray or some pointing device, like your controller. You can see this uh, guided view on top, which is giving you all the numbers of desktops, and you can scroll there using hand gesture or other pointing device. And maybe if you wanted to work on this, maybe you wanted to see YouTube, right? So you click on YouTube, and then if you wanted to change the background space, because it's just a 360-degree image, then you just hover over this orb up there in on top. Because I think to change any or customize anything in this space, this menu should be on top, because that's the space where you least put your hand or interact in that region. So you just grab this ball, and now you have in different area, different surrounding, but you are still in inside the cafe. And the another thing is, because you are in a VR space, then you are not really restricted by the screen real estate, right? So if you wanted to change the screen size, then you click double click on this bar here, and then you see these four corner pointers. So there you can just grab and change the screen size, and you can still work on the your screen. So now you have a bigger real estate, so no problem is there. But but you are still inside the cafe, right? But and if you want to see that space, you just click this pass through button, and you can see this grayscale video output through your headset, because currently Oculus Quest supports only black and white output. So yeah, you can see that as well, and you jump back in that space. So just this thing I've made
Nice,
that
nice.
way.
This is really nice.
I think
Like personal secretary मिल जाए तो और अच्छा है virtual.
yeah, I think I have even I recently got an Oculus, so I think some of these gestures I'm able to always keep your brain running in different directions and can keep you in that whole fold. So I think you should keep on doing such projects. I think this will always keep you around those areas of
Definitely.
innovation when a novel patterns to keep things innovative. But I think great job overall, man.
I think both project work out in एक ऐसा time आएगा जब there will be only unique project in your portfolios.
Yeah.
This both are all.
I think once that whole job scene is sorted, that's when you should focus on, more of these unique ideas that you have and how you can innovate. And I think Dribble is a great space for this. I think it's also appreciated a lot in those spaces. You should put it there.
Okay. So currently I'm having this dilemma right now, because like I'm applying to most of the beginner level UX design positions, but I'm only getting rejection so far for around 2 months right now, 2 to 3 months.
That is
So
fine.
I'm having this thought, like even I'm like putting a right effort into the right direction, where my projects are going in the right directions or not. So that's why I'm reaching out to people and having this review, so that I'll build upon the
I
those.
think for a fresher, these two projects are really, really great.
Right. I think, bro, I think you should also understand that the ecosystem right now is
Hmm.
not that great.
Not that great.
Like with the kind of layoffs and I think,
Layoff, not getting funding.
yeah, people are more on the losing side than actually getting some. So I would say take this personally. I think one thing that you should focus on is make sure you only apply for jobs which are looking for the number of experiences like entry level designs. But now, what sometimes people do is they'll apply to random places without looking at what the requirement of experience
Hmm.
is, and then when they get rejection, they feel like you know what shit is not working out for me. So I think.
So I'm just only applying for the beginner level positions. I'm avoiding any positions which are having experience in their description.
Right.
But still, unfortunately, I think because of the space and because of the in this industry condition, I think I'm getting that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to push uh, yourself every time when you're getting these kind of responses.
Bro, मेरा
Yeah.
first project was so bad, so bad, क्या बताऊं मैं? Like ये देखकर ऐसा लगता है कि भाई next level. Like for a first two projects, this is really good,
Right.
really good.
I would say, bro, pick three projects. I think apply the same feedback that we discussed, uh, Abhi.
Sure.
And I think, see, there's only one space that you can work in, that is yourself.
Hmm.
So if you're
Right.
even facing that, that means you have to up your game. And
Mm.
looking at what you have done, I don't think you'll find it very difficult to do that. So, just keep on making it. And another part of this thing is, imagine you're a great painter and you create these
Yeah.
amazing paintings on a canvas, but you keep it at home. Like no one's ever going to know about this, right? Like the
Mm.
stuff that you have made as PPT presentation is not going to be seen by the world if you only share it with recruiters who are trying to get a job, right? There are a lot of people who might be looking, but they don't know about your existence and you don't know about theirs. And that is why spaces like LinkedIn, Dribble, Behance exist. Now you might put up something on Behance, but again, you cannot say कि मैंने gallery में लगा दिया है and अपने आप कोई आएगा तो देख लेगा. You have to invite people to that gallery, right? So you have to kind of think, and I think some folks here, I think who I've worked with closely, I think I've always told them that marketing is as important as designing. Selling your designs is as important as creating them. So if you have created this project, take out 10 dribble shots from this whole case study that you think are amazing screens to be displayed. Every day, put them out on dribble for next consecutive 10 days and think about it in terms of very maths basis. Like let's say a single designer or a recruiter visits dribble once in 5 days. If you put it consistently for 10 days, a new shot every single day, there's a good chance that your work will surface at least twice for that person. And imagine the amount of recruiters who are hunting for designers right now. When we put the same thing for 10 days on LinkedIn, it and LinkedIn algorithm, LinkedIn is a shit place, but the algorithm is fucking amazing. Even if one single person likes it, everyone in their kind of feed sees it. And that is how people will always and have a post saying that, hey, this is a dribble shot. If you want to see the complete project, go to Behance. If you want to read the whole case study, go to Medium. Have all your versions put everywhere and always redirect them to all the different versions that exist. People who are more visual will see your Behance. People who like reading more will go to your Medium. But all of these things should kind of reconnect you to your project so that it gets exposure. So while you focus on getting something for yourself, people who are looking for you can also reach out to you. It should not be a unidirectional communication from that end, right? So I would say make these case studies. Make sure every project that you do has a medium version of itself, has a Behance version, has a dribble shot at least that you post every day. So the same thing goes out on LinkedIn. The same thing goes out on Instagram. The same thing you should put on all these Facebook groups. Like think about complete exposure. कहीं ना कहीं someone's looking for you. They need to find you, and you have to be sure that you're going out for them.
I think that's the weakness that I'm having right now. Like I'm not putting my stuff. Like I'm putting my stuff in one place, but not uh, being regular with it. But one more thing, like you told me that take 10 screenshots and put them on Dribble on a daily basis. But if I'll be doing the same thing on LinkedIn. Like people won't say that you're putting the same stuff again and again. Why you're putting your stuff again?
Don't put the same stuff. No?
It's two different platform, right?
No, no, he's
Yeah.
saying if I put 10 shots of my project,
Hmm.
see, one is your profile screen, one is your ad schedule meeting screen, one is your teacher focus, one is your chalk throwing, one is
Yeah,
your reward giving. Like everything is a different screen of the same product.
same
Hmm.
project. Yeah,
And when I say dribble, I don't mean a simple screenshot. Do you see how people put it in a complete laptop mock-up, tilt it, give
Hmm.
it shadow, give it easy background,
Like,
animate this for.
don't upload like a static image. Like create
Hmm.
something within it and like just upload it.
And you don't
correct.
even have the animation weakness. You actually kill at animation. You should use your superpower even further. Make 10 animated shot and the traction that you'll get through it. And always measure it. Convert everything into bit.ly links and then see.
Okay, correct.
Every shot you'll realize that okay, if this project of Behance link that I have, these many people came from Instagram, these many people came from LinkedIn. You'll understand what is your superpower platform, right? Comes through is somehow Facebook. I have no reason to believe why people have come to this space. Like, because Malik told me how to do this.
Actually, that's a really good advice. I think this advice should be given to more and more designers so that they put their work in that way. Yeah, I think that's the thing to work on.
Yeah. Your
But
work is amazing. Like demotivate mat hona.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
and I think we want to follow up for this. I think
Yeah, yeah.
take a month or two, but उसके बाद
Mhm.
show how you worked on this and क्या हुआ.
Sure, sure. Definitely.
Like
After a month,
message
I'll show you
anytime
some great
we
stuff.
can, we can catch up on this.
Sure, sure. Definitely.
Say, sure. Thank you so much, bro. I hope this helped. It was fun watching everything that you've done so far.
It's really great getting the reviews from you two guys.
Awesome. Who's the next person for today?
Okay, we have like 2 minutes.
फांसी हो रही है क्या?
Hey folks,
Hello.
am I audible properly?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome, awesome. Hi, it's great to meet you guys and be here. So I had asked to get my portfolio reviewed. Um, to give a little bit of background on myself, so I'm Shri. I'm currently in my final year of BTech. I'm doing ceramic engineering from IIT BHU, which is remotely not even related to product design, which is what I wanted to do. Right. Um, I initially started off my journey in design began in my first year. I got into the design club of our college, and about a year ago, I started hearing a little bit of buzz about UX and product design, both like from online platforms, and I'd seen my seniors go into this. So I thought, okay, let's give it a shot, right? So that's how I started my design journey. So I started off with doing a first UI project, and then slowly progressed. Um, I have right now done two internships, one with Park Plus and another with Razorpay over the summer. So I'm now looking for full-time opportunities starting next June. So I've got my portfolio ready and like going to go full on into applications starting this month onwards. So I just wanted to get like my portfolio reviewed and run a few iterations before I start.
Awesome. Shri,
Yes,
have we met
I have
somewhere?
met you at the Arabica Design Sundays, this thing, meetup in Bangalore.
Nice to see you again.
Nice, likewise. Uh, shall I just go ahead and share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Green water. के
Okay,
बाद
is
क्या
my
जा रहे हैं?
screen visible? Uh, is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I made my basic portfolio on Notion because I thought it was like a quick platform to use, and I could also adjust and customize it in a way where I could use enough text as well as visual elements. Uh, So just for this session, I wanted feedback on mostly how I've arranged my projects and like the sort of preview that I've given to them. And maybe if we have time, I'll also walk you through one of the personal projects that I had done a while ago. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I think we can go through one project. I think, and this is what even I'm realizing these days. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
During any of these interviews, I think we ask for one project that I think you're most proud of, and it's okay if it's
Mm-hmm.
personal, it's for a company. I think no bias is there. Wherever you think you have really killed it, it could be a
Mm-hmm.
hypothetical as well. I think that one project you can take us through.
Okay, sure, awesome. Uh, so just for like the first part of my portfolio, I just gave like a really short intro about myself, and all of my links or like the contacts are like right up front because I wanted these to be as accessible to a recruiter as possible. Next, I just straight up dove into the case studies and whatever works that I have done. Um, I'll just take you through this one project very quickly. Right. So shopping on WhatsApp is a case study that I did for my as part of the task round at Razorpay, right?
Right.
Just on top of my portfolio, just to skim through, I have given like the basic context of the entire project. And then I've also attached a link to my Behance where I've gone into the details of the case study.
Right.
Um, yeah,
Shri, is
so
it
just the
okay to
problems.
look at the
Sorry.
behind version of this?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Um, in the customer end experience for WhatsApp for businesses. Basically, how would a customer shop from a WhatsApp business or like a local Kirana store that's on WhatsApp? I've just given like a short intro as to what is the scene in India with respect to dealing with Kirana stores. Right now, the whole communication is completely manual and it's not the best usage of a customer's time. The scope of the project, I have designed majority of the use cases, particularly for the customer end, as the problem statement required me to do. And I've designed it specifically for the Indian scenario. The UI I've limited to an Android application. And I also made sure that any of the technical capabilities are already present in WhatsApp to minimize the tech build of my entire solution. I had 1 week to finish. I had 1 week to finish my entire project, and this is how I utilized my time. Started off with a little bit of network issues on my wall as well. And then final screen design. So this is the general scene setting of my entire project. Here on my wall as well. One place.
Shri, can't hear you. We
Sorry,
can't hear
am I
you.
audible?
Yeah, yeah. Now, yeah, clear.
Oh, can you please tell me where you lost me? I think there's a bit of a network issue on my end.
Great. That's it. Yeah, I think there's a small network glitch between, but I think now it's working.
Okay, cool. Um, okay, can I just move on?
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so I started off my field research first trying to identify who the customers are of these Kirana stores so that then I could then move ahead and interview them and find out what their problems are and accordingly solve for them, right? So I went to like a couple of stores in my neighborhood and I spoke to these store managers trying to find out who actually shops from their stores. And while I was there, I also tried to learn a little bit about what is it that is bugging the store managers as well um, in WhatsApp for businesses so that I could propose a solution for the business side of things, which I will come to at the end of my case study. My major finding from the field research is that the customers who shop from local stores are people who live within a 2 to 3 kilometer radius and are the localites of the area. So from here, I found out that my target users are homemakers or like working professionals with families. Right? The main problems I faced during the actual interviews of these people is that they were like a niche target group, and it was very difficult to identify and interview them. Secondly, is that they did not have much experience of like ordering from a WhatsApp business. They had experience ordering from WhatsApp, but not from a business account particularly. So here I've just given like a small data and like the questions asked of to who the demographic I interviewed were. Here are some of the frequent answers I got from my user interviews, and this is also personally my favorite designed slide in the entire PowerPoint.
Actually,
So
currently we are still
main
seeing
sport is
storyboarding. I think you can try switching off your video, but keep the screen sharing on. That might just help with the network. इस डिस्कॉर्ड का टुक 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 में बीच बीच में फुल अनॉय करते हैं इसलिए वो
का यूएसपी है
ये कैसे यूएसपी को किसी पल पे रीच
स्लैक और इसमें क्या है?
I think she's trying to reconnect. Guys, do you know how can we shut off this sound for this this notification of someone joining the call in the middle?
Setting पे है, you can change it there.
Wait, there's a where settings may also there is
Go to settings.
settings of the whole thing or just the
Yeah,
user
yes, setting the whole thing.
okay. Here, sound notifications.
Go there and you will see sounds different. You can switch on and off from there.
वॉइस डिस्कनेक्ट
Yeah.
वॉइस डिस्कनेक्ट का हटा दे यूजर ज्वाइन कर दे
User join का oh user join this is the one that
यूजर
bugs
लीव
us
यूजर हाँ यूजर लीव
क्या
Atul bhaiya, like I joined there for the first time, so can you give your introduction?
sorry bro
I have joined like this server for the first time, so can you give your introduction? Like I don't know about US.
oh hi bro wait I cannot see your profile right now
जय आई थिंक जय
Yeah, yeah.
hi Jay very interesting profile picture bro
Thanks, man.
but I think Jay will do that once Shri is done with her case study I think she's back on
Okay,
we let her continue with the flow and then we get back Shri are you able to hear us still happening yeah, Shri I think your screen we can see we can't hear you though
hello.
yeah now we can hear you
Okay, really, there was some network error from my. That's
no
what.
go for it
Yeah, so as okay, so I had come to this screen where there's also my favorite design slide in this entire show. So these are some of the frequent answers that I got from the what customers that I interviewed. So this is essentially just to map their mentality, so that I know who I have to design for. Most of the people I spoke to say that I trust the store owner, the Kirana store owner, that they won't cheat me. Some of them, people who I spoke to in tier one cities specifically, said that online ordering on Blinkit or Zepto is more convenient for them. Um, some others said that I sometimes order a specific brand or like there is some ambiguity in the product that I order, due to which the store owner sells me a costlier brand, but I have learned to adjust with it, right? A few others also said that if I buy in bulk in other online platforms, I get like a bulk discount, which is why I prefer those.
Right.
So based on these, I created two personas, mutually exclusive ones that I wanted to design for. The first one is Anshuman Singh, based in Bangalore, and he is a work from home dad. Right? And he obviously has options to order from Amazon, Big Basket, Blinkit, apart from just the local stores. The other persona and the main persona that I wanted to cater to is Kavita. So she is from a tier two city where she can't get these fast delivery services going on. And she is also a housewife and a mother. So she's really concerned.
Right.
So I did a little bit of empathy mapping just to get a better understanding of the mindset of the people I was trying to design for. Based on this, I created some questions that I wanted to answer throughout my product solutioning as well as my design. And I prioritized my goals. So the three main goals that I wanted to achieve uh, is that the catalog of the store on WhatsApp is not easily scannable. So I wanted to solve that. I wanted the products on the store's listing to be found rather easily, and also to reduce the manual interactions between the customer and the store owner. So here I kind of mapped the user journey. Sorry, yeah, current user journey of ordering through WhatsApp, and here I also identified the pain points that I wanted to solve. So I've done a mapping with the proposed flow also. Based on this, I made a user flow and also tried to add steps that were analogous to actually um, entering a store and shopping for real products. I made sure to bring back the user that is main user, that is Kavita over here, so that I'd be able to formulate user stories from for each of my interactions. I made low fidelity wireframes directly because I'm more of a visual thinker, and it helps me, just keep tabs upon what UI elements I'm designing. Can I just the screen designs itself? I think that might be it would be easier for you to grasp. Yeah.
Yes.
So for the visual design itself, I followed WhatsApp's colors and fonts, which I later realized that it depends on the
Oh,
OS. Yeah. So diving right into screen designs, so this is what I wanted the store's profile to look like. It then the analog part of it is just when you go and see a store, you see a store through this glass storefront, and you get like a general picture of what the store is. I added a little verification mark over here for the concerned mother who is Kavita, so that I had designed this, I guess, around the third wave of COVID. So just to let the user know that the store is also following COVID protocol. Um, so I wanted to add products, or like the catalog, the categories upfront that the store sells, which the store owner can upload in the form of images, so that the user gets an idea as to what the store sells. And also, if they see pictures of a store that they've gone to in person, they might, it might form more trust within the customers. I added a cart button right over here to simulate the real life experience of when you walk into a store, they hand you a cart right then and there. So once you move on to the catalog itself, um, there's a search button. It's made for like easy browsing and any filtering. These specifically are aisles so that the customer has information chunked up and it's easier for them to navigate. I also created like a buy again section here because people who order from Kirana stores usually order staples. So it's easier for them to just go to their list of staples and order from that again. So if you want to venture into like a particular aisle, right? So uh, you can go, for example, into sweets and cookies aisle, and you can see all of the type of biscuits. The add products, the button itself, I designed specifically to mimic the action of just reaching out, reaching a hand out, and like picking an item off the aisle or the rack at a store. Moving down for the search itself, I wanted to give an option of using voice command or using just by clicking a picture. I realized that the tech build for this is not yet available on WhatsApp, but I think the tech build is not much in this case specifically, right? So through this, you can add more filters in order to search for whatever products you're you know, whatever products that you're looking for. The search can also, the real life analog to that can be, when you ask the store helper as to where can I find this product. Finally, we come to the cart by clicking the cart icon over here. You can view your cart. The reason it says price estimated is that not all stores sell items at MRP, so you might get a bill slightly lesser or more. So that's why it says estimated, and you can view all of your items in your cart. You can either go back and shop for more, or you can confirm the list. After confirming the list, you move on to the next stage of placing the order, which is the checkout. Here, to weed out any manual interactions that will be required, you can give your address or even type a custom message saying that, hey, can you deliver my order between 11 to 12 because I won't be at home or something like that. You can also choose your own payment method. Pay via WhatsApp is recommended, as I realize that WhatsApp is trying to really push their payment features, especially in India. So from here, after you place the order, it moves on to your general chat screen where your order is sent in the form of a message. Because I wanted to keep WhatsApp's integrity as a messaging platform still alive. So this message essentially shows what is most relevant to the store owner. He can see how many items the person has ordered, the custom message that they have set, the location, and the amount as well as the payment method. These are a few other screens that I designed for the same project. And finally, I also did a SWOT analysis. I based just to move forward and say that what all areas we can probably improve upon. Yeah. So coming to the business side of things, remember I had spoken to these store owners about the problems that they too are facing. I wanted to address those as well. The main problem that the business owners seem to be facing in order to set up a WhatsApp business account was making a catalog. So a Kirana store might have hundreds of different products, and they didn't want to, keep adding the products one by one. So the solution that I suggested is they can probably upload an Excel sheet onto WhatsApp itself. Of course, it'll have to be in a specific format, and all of those items will be directly turned into their store catalog. The problem that I found while proposing the solution is that there are a lot of Kirana stores in India who don't maintain digital records of their items. So I had actually spoken to my roommate. Her family owns a Kirana store in Jaipur, and they told me that they also adjust their stock according to their local customers' requirement, and they write all of their stock entries in a little diary or a register. So this might take a little bit of time to catch on, but certainly it's a worthy feature that I wanted to propose. So with that, I come to the conclusion of this project.
Hmm. Nice. I think Shri, you are like really good in research and all of that thing, but for a case study, right?
Hmm.
The flow was incomplete. Like you can start the case study with how a user, how a buyer is searching
Hmm.
for like a seller list, right? We directly
Hmm.
go to the seller profile and search the item from there, right?
Okay.
Was
Okay.
the
Okay.
cover, is it like a location basis or is it like a
Hmm.
maybe other thing? Yeah, that kind of
Hmm.
thing.
Okay.
Search wise,
Understood.
you were great.
Okay.
Also, like visually, we don't restrict yourself on the native elements of WhatsApp because it's
Mm-hmm.
your portfolio. You have to showcase your visual elements too. So
Mm-hmm.
just uh, like go beyond the native wala thing, and like you
Okay.
can integrate or like you can animate the payment wala card and everything.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
But other than it's a nice, good product.
Thank you.
Uh, Shri, what do you think is your strength in terms of product design? Do you think of yourself as someone who's visually very driven, or are you more inclined towards more around UX part of things?
Although I did start my design journey as a graphic designer, I think I've moved more on towards the UX part of it, making user stories and solutioning for them. So I'd call that my strength currently.
And do you plan to pursue that strength even further and kind of double down on that side of the design side?
I've kind of wanted to explore a little bit of visual design and motion design as well. But of course, I definitely want to play to my strengths.
Right. See, there's nothing wrong with that. Uh, The only thing is, let me give you an idea of the ecosystem that you'll land after this, right?
Mhm,
So, at least in India,
mhm,
if you look at companies, most of the companies have roles which are open for product design.
mhm,
When we say product design, that means this person has to be a generalist and they have to understand UI, UX interaction, all three pretty well.
mhm,
Okay, they have to be good at all three, right?
mhm.
Uh, Companies like Apple or most of the startups like let's say CureFit, Zomato, these guys only hire for generalists. They want the person to be good at all three.
Okay,
Uh, the not so great thing about this is also 70 to 80% of the ecosystem that exists out there.
okay.
Other side of this life is companies who look for specialists, like companies who have designations like they have a whole linear path in terms of UI and
Mhm,
UX. They have a
mhm.
junior UI, junior UX to principal, right? And companies like Google, like Dream11, they have these separate paths for both UI, UX, and interaction.
Okay.
But again, not so great part about that is it's only 10, 20 to 25% of companies that exist in India. Now,
Mhm.
how that might work against you is you will have lesser, like getting 1 out of 10 versus 1 out of 100, right? So it
Yeah.
kind of puts you into odds that you might not like.
Mhm,
I think you have to accept that as a reality moving forward. If you choose that, hey, this is
mhm.
gonna, I'm gonna play to it, and there's nothing wrong about it, but it just comes with certain amount of pros and cons, right?
Yeah,
So
understood.
um, everything that I see, I think in terms of processes that you follow, you have literally, I think anything that exists out there in UX, you have used it. Yeah. I don't see a missing process that that you can skip out. So I think it's very well
Mhm.
thought, well done. You have covered
Thank
all the
you.
use cases. Uh,
Mhm,
Not the most visually appealing case study that I've come across. But
mhm,
again, those folks are folks who are trying to, go for the other side of the ecosystem. They want to
mhm,
be generalists. They want to do all three. But if you're
mhm.
made, I want to just focus on the UX side of things. I think on Amazon is UI UX separate, right? So I think, just to make sure that this choice you don't end up applying at places which are
Mhm.
looking for something else and then maybe not taking the the results in the right way. What I would say
Okay.
is make sure that you only apply to those places who are looking for this, so that you get
Okay.
a judgment of your portfolio. Like it
Mhm,
not be good for anyone if you, let's say, apply to a cure fit who are looking
mhm,
for people with all three skills, and they judge you
mhm.
based on which is not even something you want to be judged upon, right?
Right.
So I think just to be on the safe side, I would say apply to those places.
Okay.
That is what I see if you have this perspective, right? Uh,
Mhm,
on a personal level, I
mhm,
feel like I think design is still a subset of art. As an
mhm,
artist, if you have an idea, if you
mhm.
can think about it, I don't think anyone should be handicapped in terms of like I have this idea, but I need two more people to put it on paper. Like I
Right.
have this very beautiful interaction and screen I have in mind, but I might not
Mhm.
have the capability, so I need someone to kind of make it for me
Right.
and someone to kind of animate it for me in terms of how I see the screen moving to this. I think
Mhm,
that handicaps your skill brain. And like it's like me, like as close and me and Malik are, if I have an idea, Malik will try his best, but there will always be this 10-20% of distortion that will happen in that communication. And if there is very strong ideas by the end of it, which will have
Yeah,
strong distortion, then which is a good thing. I
absolutely.
don't think anything
Mm-hmm.
can be created without having a bias. But
Mm-hmm.
if it gets
Yeah.
missed in the communication, like it's like
Mm-hmm.
me telling you to do something and you will say, Atul, you know what, I have this personality to myself. I will keep in mind, I will make this decision. I think these are a couple of things I would want to
Yeah.
consider.
Mm-hmm.
Forward.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I see that you're looking for a
Okay.
job in June.
Yeah.
So I think you have a good amount of timeline in order to
Mm-hmm.
capture these skills if you intend to.
Yeah.
And 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
right? I I feel personally there's a lot to gain and nothing to
Yeah.
lose. I think if you gain the skill in 6 months, maybe you can get good enough in terms of UI and interaction both.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of 50% pool, you can actually capture the 100% pool, right? Like your kind of everything that you can grab onto grows by 5x
Mm-hmm.
in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great deal to kind of,
Yeah.
actually keep in mind.
Absolutely.
But again, it's a personal
Also
choice.
go like one by one. Like after like you're good in so if you know you're good in UX, then for like next 2 months, like practice UI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think 4 more months. Like if you want to do animation and everything, it's fine. But then you
Mm-hmm.
have like 3 months to recreate your this project,
Yeah.
and I think that will be great.
Okay. Okay.
UI, when you start doing, at some point you realize ki, I've already, and this is a skill set that you can eventually gain. Like,
Mm-hmm.
some things are very, natural to people, like that's craft that
Mm-hmm.
comes over years, like people who have been artists throughout their lives and school kids and everything, right? उनका
Mm-hmm.
अपना journey, this is a skill. I think this can be acquired. All it requires is like crazy dedicated, paths to kind of grow and keep on resiliently working on it. And, it's like a
Mm-hmm.
hammer. You keep on hammering till you get it sharp. And I've seen
Mm-hmm.
people grow into that. I think I have grown into it the similar way.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think you can gain a lot out of it.
and it's not a rocket.
Okay.
You just 2, 3 months of practice, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In career ke initialization, mein na, like I think never, and this is something I just read today, so I won't say this is original, but uh, like never try to specialize at the start of your career. Try
Sure.
every,
Correct.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
once you enter the industry now, I can tell you this, like how we looked at it outside, and now that we're inside, that it works very, like none of the case studies that you see, especially the ones that
Mm-hmm.
you have created, it is far from
Mm-hmm.
reality. Like, if you get to do even one of these processes when you actually enter into an industry, and it would be a miracle. It would be a very crazy way to work it. Like, you सब सीख लो, सब कुछ अच्छा करो, and then जाके choose your truth कि
Mm-hmm.
I want to be this. Like after doing all of this, this is the person I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I can promise you one thing, that it will be worth your time that you invest.
Mm-hmm.
Not even once you will feel कि यार 6 महीने लगे और nothing good came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can promise you there's all to gain and nothing to lose if you invest time into these skill sets. You
Mm-hmm.
will be a complete person in terms of how you want to present your ideas. And yeah, I think overall, I think you have covered every single thing that can exist in terms of making a great solution to a problem. I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like it can be more attractive. I think
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
going to a shopping mart. Let's say you made a shopping mart,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you want to get a
Mm-hmm.
green tea. You go to one of these aisles and you
Mm-hmm.
have 50 different packets kept there.
Yeah.
Now you don't have the time or the expenses to like sit there and taste each one of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens is when you look at them, there's one packaging that is done so beautifully well. It's kind of shining out, right?
Delicious.
Yeah,
Delicious.
delicious. You pick that up. Why? because it's just shining. It's looking so much better than everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's gonna happen with the designs as well. You might have a great solution, but it requires 30 minutes to be invested with you to understand how you've done each and every single thing. But when you're not gonna read, he's just gonna scan.
Right.
And the person who has made the most beautiful thumbnail out there
Yeah.
is gonna get the attention. He's gonna be looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
If we have substance,
Right.
dude, then it's already
Mm-hmm.
the peak. Why not work on the packaging as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Right. Makes sense.
But I just feel like you have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time to work on this. That's a great place to be at. I would say invest in
Mm-hmm.
energy, it will be worth it.
Okay. I just I have a lot of time, right? So if I eventually want a full time, I want to land a full time job starting June. So when is like a good time to start applying, or like when do companies usually start hiring
Ecosystem with all the
for a role then?
recession, realizing
Mm-hmm.
that what the fuck is going on in terms of economy, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I think things will become worse going forward, is what is expected.
Okay.
I'm talking economy, not for you. Like,
Okay.
as long as people are using apps, we'll never go out of jobs. And this is just a
Mm-hmm.
transition into more like tech is never gonna suffer this hard. There might be ups and
Mm-hmm.
downs, but the good thing about you is you're still in college. It doesn't affect you
Yeah.
like it does other folks, right, who are right now in the field. So, like ideally, I would say, like when I started 6 months before my college placements were about to happen. That was my personal goal. But I
Okay.
think a safe period to go is 3 महीने पहले जी जान लगा के लग जाओ.
Okay.
Like 3 months is a good time space to find. It's not about getting one company. It's about
Mm-hmm.
the right company for you.
Right. Right.
A good place to be at would be, see, all your college friends are going to be start looking at the
Mm-hmm.
job, right? There will be people coming to your college for
Mm-hmm.
placements.
That's
Uh,
actually already
this
going
is
on for us.
Oh, yeah. So I think let's cut that to 4 months. Start working right.
Okay.
Yeah, but Vaiki, don't wait for kind of placements to happen in your college. For don't wait for that opportunity because when you go to a vegetable market, if
Mm-hmm.
one person says I'm going to sell this apple for 50, you can still be like, you know what, मैं तो 40 में ले लेगा. Side वाले से you'll try to bargain, you'll get something better, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a scenario that happens when placements happen in college.
Right.
But when you apply
Mm-hmm.
beforehand when you go to companies like those vegetable sellers who come to these residential places, there's only one
Mm-hmm.
either you take it or leave it, right? I think
Right.
apply to all the
Okay.
places and then take your
Mm-hmm.
time finding what would be
Mm-hmm.
the right fit for you in terms of culture, in
Right.
terms of work and the team that they
Mm-hmm.
have. And I think that would be a great conversation to kind of recapture this on. Like, when you have companies and then with whatever we know about, different people in the field, we can actually help you guide, which one is the right pick for you.
Right. Okay.
Anything, I think overall, I pretty much love everything that you're up to. I think you've learned way too many processes over time. I don't think I remember all of them, but overall, good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And I
Yeah, I think that's all the questions I had for you as.
Awesome. And I think we have overshot by 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Malika,
I think
not
we are.
very well. But cool. I think
Jay.
oh yeah, I think Jay wanted to speak something, right? Jay, are you still here? No, I think he's not there. Cool, folks. I think it was great
Yep.
speaking to everyone today and great session. We hope the best for both of you folks. Make killer case studies and
Hi,
yeah, please
guys,
continue.
if that's okay, can I ask you something?
Yeah, yeah, please go
Hi
ahead.
guys. Been a long time. Yeah, yeah.
Ashish.
Hi Malik. Hi Atul.
Sorry.
Hi, hi, hi. So I had this question. Sorry if you hear my background. Okay, I have just shifted to another room, so that's my roommate. थोड़ा bear कर लो. So sorry for that. Yeah. So I had this question. Like मैंने अभी start नहीं किया है portfolio बनाना. I haven't started yet. And since my first case study, Atul was like guidance to my design things. So I had this question. Right now, I'm working in an organization where I have built the product. Okay, I have designed the product from the very beginning. So and at the same time also approaching the startups who are at the very beginning level because I want those projects as well in my portfolio. So वो side भी focus है at the same time. So just wanted to know like would that be okay if I put those projects in my portfolio? Because I have seen Atul's ka it's on Behance, right? And on the other hand, you have shared one of those portfolio. I remember the password, pass portfolio. Sorry, I don't remember the guy name. Okay, Vittal, yeah, my bad. Yeah. Uh, so, so how should I go with that stuff in terms of adding those projects? I'm sure the company would some might do it, but I'm not sure it. I'm not aware of such things now. So if you could help me with these things.
साइड की कंपनी तेरा बिहार प्रोफाइल खोल कर बैठती है।
What? Okay.
डाल दो यार, मैं भी डालता हूँ,
Is
उसी
it
डालता है
is it
पूरा साइड।
already really?
It's going on. अभी चल ही रहा है वो very soon. By I think
हाँ,
okay.
तो I think keep your case study ready. जैसे ही
Got
release
it.
होता है, then you
Got it.
also release the
Okay.
case study. I think the only problem is you are making something really differential out in the market, and as a designer who work on it, you cannot push it before the product is released.
Also don't put projects like अगर जो भी recent company है उनके competitors के project में because that will be like sort of problematic other than fine.
Bro, I didn't hear you with that. Can you repeat that again?
So now we are working somewhere, right?
Yep. Yep. True.
Like even they have a product and उनके competitors भी है, right?
Yes. Yes. Of course.
So don't put like project like अगर कोई edtech में है then don't work for edtech and publish the project.
Got
Are you
it.
planning to put company projects or freelance projects?
Freelance for you. So
Both.
even freelance like you can't put like the competitors project.
Like don't work for the competitor.
Work for the competitors but publish मत करो.
Like बताओ मत किसी
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
because see, as much as you try now, like if you work for a competitor, तुम कहीं ना कहीं अपनी daily learnings उसमें apply कर ही रहे हो. That puts you in a थोड़ा सा unstable ethical ground. So I would say avoid that. Like for your see, community is very small. For your also safety and just to be on the right side of things. Don't really engage with a competitor because industry like the fields are way too huge. You're working in fintech, work for if you're freelancing, work for like a food scene, right? I mean, there's so much to explore around these areas.
And
Same
on
करके
this
जैसे
stage अभी जो ऑफर लेटर मिलते हैं उसमें
लिखा होता है.
क्लॉज होता है.
आई थिंक वो करो and अगर कुछ कर भी रहे हो ना तो उसको फिर हाइपोथेटिकल प्रोजेक्ट बना के डाल दो लोगो वोगो कुछ और बना लो
ब्रांडिंग चेंज कर दो.
हाँ मतलब first thing don't work for a competitor but without that also if you want to put freelance stuff which is of a different field if you don't want to mention the brand just put a hypothetical one and push it out there and like Malik said your company isn't really looking at your Behance you're already there they're looking at other people's Behance
Alrighty. Okay.
बस लिंक्डइन में पोस्ट मत करना.
हाँ LinkedIn में मत डाल
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay.
हाँ anything that
Yeah.
could self sabotage avoid that बाकी फिर अपना काम डालो अच्छे से
अच्छे से बनना अच्छा करो.
Mm, yeah. Sure. We'll do that. Sweet.
cool
Thanks, guys.
awesome okay folks
You guys,
have a
good
great
night.
night bye
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Hello. This is chicken.
हाँ वही वो गर्म हो जाएगा। वो जय है क्या तो अभी भी इसी में कुछ हो गया? तो हम्म, नहीं क्यों दिखा? इधर दिखा। हाँ तूने दाढ़ी वापस ये शेव करना बंद कर दिया क्या? हम्म, तूने हेयर स्टाइल चेंज करेगा फिर वो क्या? हाँ शेप में थोड़ा चेंज हो रहा है।
हेलो विलन भाई, कैसे
फिर
हो?
जॉलन आ रही है क्या तेरी?